Hello and welcome to this short clip looking at a levelled response question for 6 marks on how to make a standard solution. So let's first of all have a look at how levelled response questions are marked in terms of everyday language. So each of the 2 parts of the 6 marks, so the top 2 marks, the middle 2 marks and the bottom 2 marks are assigned to what we call a level, and there's specific criteria that examiners look for in order to award each level. So for the very top marks, all aspects of the question are answered clearly and accurately with a nice logical flow to what you've written. For 5 marks, most of the things you're asked to do have been covered, but there might be a small mistake somewhere. For 4 marks, there'll be one idea clearly missing, but the rest of your answer is good, it's well structured, it's logical, and you've shown a decent understanding of what you've been asked to think about. For 3 marks, it's starting to look a bit sketchy and things missing, but there's still some good things in there as well that will give you credit. So for example, one idea covered well, but the rest of the things you're asked to look at, not quite so much. If you're going down to 2 marks, there's really only one thing that's done logically and clearly, with quite some serious mistakes elsewhere that have dropped you down to level 1. If you're getting 1 mark, it means one small idea you've said somewhere makes some sense, but the rest really needs a lot of work to improve. So looking at the question, the command word is describe, so go straight to the instructions and start there. So it's where you'll find out what to do, and the command words plus exactly what they want will be listed in that part of the question text. So right next to where they have the marks allocated, so here in other words. So, looking at what I've highlighted, you've got quantities, apparatus, and method. Those are the 3 things you want to talk about. So you've got a bit of time to plan and have a think about what you're going to put down. There's no need to rush straight in, because you have 1.25 minutes per mark and you have 6 marks to try and obtain. So roughly doing the maths, that allows you about 10 minutes in total for the question. So it's sometimes worth actually just putting your pen down for a moment, thinking about how you're going to plan out what you're going to say. What I'd suggest is have a look at the sentence that describes the command word. So where it says describe how the student prepare the solution, they clearly say quantities, apparatus and method. So look for where you could maybe say something about each of those and think about each one separately, and then you can pull them together and put them into the answer space. So going to the top, you can see you've got some data, and that will enable you to calculate the quantities of the things you need. So you've got volume and you've got concentration, for example. So the mass of your magnesium sulfate salt can be worked out from the moles. So you can get moles equals volume times concentration. The apparatus list, or perhaps a diagram if you wanted to, is what's required for preparing a standard solution. And a few bullet points about what to do, with perhaps something about how to ensure accuracy. So let's think about how we'd structure it now. Making sure all of those things have been covered, what I suggest is take each one and make it into a subheading. That then reminds you as you're working through the question about what you have to talk about. Now if you've planned it, you can then do each one in turn, because you've parked your ideas on the right hand side, and you can then just refer to them as you go. So the number of moles of magnesium nitrate, like we said, is C times V, remembering that the volume is in centimetres cubed, so you have to divide by 1,000 to get decimeters cubed. And taking into account that the molar mass of your hydrated salt is 256.3 grams per mole, that means the mass required is 25.63. Now the apparatus can just be listed, that's absolutely fine. And the method can basically cover what you do. So you'd weigh out your hydrated magnesium sulfate solid first of all. You transfer the solid to the beaker, rinsing the weighing boat as you go with distilled water. You transfer that to the volumetric flask. You make it up to the mark using your little plastic dropping pipette. Include rinsings, add the stopper, and then invert a few times to mix. Now I'm not saying this is a perfect answer, I'm just saying it does cover all the things that you've been asked to do. There's more than one way of getting all the marks here. So this is one possible model. Thank you for listening. Until next time, see you soon.